Monday, August 18th, the Slightly Serious Sign podcast goes live. That's right. Join the boys for a live Q&A on YouTube at 10 a.m. Unfiltered, uncensored-ish. Anything could happen. Submit your questions now at podcast@wensco.com. Don't miss this one. Monday, August 18th, 10 a.m. YouTube. Oh, yeah.
This episode is brought to you by Arlon Graphics, a trusted source for high-performance cast vinyl. This is their new product, DPF V9500, which is a high-performance, non-PVC polyurethane product that is made for highly textured surfaces like this. Check out this and all the new products Arlon has coming out at Wensco.com. Good? I'm only asking you. You're the only one here. I need to tighten this down, though.
Check it with everybody first.
You guys good? 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 No comment? I'll take that as you're good. All right, sounds good. I already clapped, right? Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 77 of the Slightly Serious Sign podcast. I just wanted to start and say thank you guys all for joining me. That was a joke. I'm the only one here. So this one's a little different, a little uncomfortable, to be honest with you. But we have made an episode every week for 77 weeks now, if you're seeing this one. So this week, a few things happened where we were supposed to have episodes planned. They've all been postponed, I guess is the word, not really canceled. So we should have had everybody here today, but due to a few other things, I was the only one that's available. So instead of not releasing an episode, or we talked about making like a greatest hits, which you still may see if you don't see this episode. That's probably what you'll see. But we just want to put an episode out. We've been putting one out every week, so you just get to see me today. So this probably won't be very long. It'll be very different from our normal format. So if this is your first time listening, try another episode first, come back to this one. But I just wanted to put this out here because we've been putting out some videos in the last few weeks. We got a lot of feedback on them, so I wanted to send out some encouragement to you guys as well. But take care of a little bit of business first. So next week, August 21 through 23, we'll be at GPX in Long Beach. If you're in the area or would like to go, you should still go to the show. I was told, and I quote, all the cool people will be there. So that's all you pretty much need to know. So they'll have a rap contest with a pretty good cash first place prize, second place, and third place prize. So that's exciting compared to what they've done in the past. So if you're in the area, you're into raps, or you just want to go to a cool show, GPX out in Long Beach, California will be there, and there'll be a lot of cool people there as well. So the second thing is next week, August 18th, 10 a.m. Eastern time is our live Q&A. Submit your questions to this email. Ta-da. And we'll be happy to answer them. So we'll be there. We have a lot to talk about. We were joking about, we should do a what's new episode, but we're going to do that next week. So we couldn't do it this week, but there's a lot to talk about. So we're excited. That'll be at 10 a.m. Eastern time, also known as America time. Insert red tail hawk noise, because that's not what a bald eagle sounds like. So yeah, that's all. The last thing that I had, Bonnie on my team wants me to tell you guys that if you didn't know this, and you're new to Wensco, you've been listening to the podcast, you haven't gone and checked out our website. First of all, this podcast this is sponsored by Wensco Sign Supply. It's what we said in like episode 1. And how many times do you think we've mentioned it? Like 3 times? In 77 episodes, we've done a pretty poor job of telling you, hey, if you didn't know, we work here at Wensco. So that's kind of how we can afford to do this podcast. Wensco's not responsible for anything that's said or done on the episode. Thank you. Legal disclaimer. But yeah, so what we want to say, if you didn't know that, obviously Wensco's who puts on this podcast. It's super easy to set up an account. If you go to the website, you're not going to see pricing or inventory or anything unless you set up an account. So just press the little button. It's going to be literally the first banner you see on the website. Click the button, fill it out. Give us your information and we'll set up an account in the next couple of days. Then you can see all your cool special pricing. So if you guys have any questions about what we do at Wensco, what we have at Wensco, we'd also love to answer those questions. So you can send them in for the live, or you can just send them in. We'll be happy to answer them just in general if you have specific questions on your account. So that's all for my disclaimers that I have. I don't know how long it took me, but it didn't feel that bad. Usually people interrupt me, but there's nobody here to interrupt me. So So I wanted to put out this episode because one, this is weirdly uncomfortable for me to do, to just talk to the camera, which seems weird because we do this every week. I also do regular videos with Rick, and it shouldn't feel weird to just sit here and talk to the camera, but it kind of does, to be honest. But what's cool about that is the more we've done this type of content and just videos in general, the more comfortable people have been coming up and talking to us at shows, at events, or just in general. People will recognize you, be like, oh yeah, I know you. Or just start a conversation as if you've known this person for a while, even though you have no idea who they are. And I don't say that negatively. I love that people come up and talk to us, but I say that to say, if you are in this industry, or own a sign shop, or you work at a sign shop, I would highly encourage you to be making and creating content. If you're not doing it, I think you're missing out on a huge opportunity that's out there. And it may be super uncomfortable, right? And there's definitely people that are going to make fun of you, which is pretty much what happens. If you saw our Christmas and July videos, which if you didn't see them, you can go and see them, but people probably laughed at us the whole time we recorded those 5 videos. But what I can tell you is, as someone who's done Christmas and July, what, 2 years now? So this was our 2-ish. Rick's saying 2-ish. Apparently is it 3? How many years have we done Christmas and July?
Was last year for Christmas and July?
Yeah, we did. I don't know. We've been doing it a while now. We definitely did it last year. The question is if we did it the year before. So
It all runs together.
yeah, that's how I feel too. So we've been doing them a few years now. And what I can tell you is they're really dumb. That's honest with you. And we don't disagree with you when you watch them and you're like, that's probably one of the dumbest videos I've ever seen. But the thing is, they work totally. And they may be super uncomfortable. They're even more uncomfortable to watch back. Like when Rick would show them to me afterwards, I'd be like, oh man, these videos are brutal to watch, as you being the one that's on the screen. But I can tell you that they work, right? Whether people like them or comment or not, they usually watch them. And our competitors watch them, our vendors watch them, and our customers are watching them. And all of that is only going to help get that video out to more people, which means more people are going to see our Christmas and July videos that we were running, which meant more people bought the product in the long term. So we did it last year, we did the year before, and it definitely was working. It seems like such a weird thing to do because oftentimes the videos are a terrible advertisement for the product. Like when we just did the 9500 Arlon video, and we showed you all the ways not to install the film as the ad, but in the end we still sold film. So I say that all like, it may seem really weird and not feel like, hey, how is this possibly going to help? But it's all going to help in the long run. And as someone who's been posting videos, I think I can tell you that we've seen the results on sales. We've seen the results just on people recognizing us that aren't even in our sales territory, right? Like when we do the Fast Signs or Signorama show, and people will come up and be like, oh yeah, I think I've seen you on LinkedIn, or I've seen you on YouTube, or yeah, we listen to your podcast, and they don't buy from us at all, right? Which sometimes it's not even it's not a real great option for them. If you're out in like California or whatever, you're probably not going to be going to Wensco and buying from us. It's just not going to make a whole lot of sense to you, but they're watching us. If we ever do get in their territory, they're going to know about us early, and they're going to already know who we are, which makes it a lot easier. So that's the first thing I wanted to say about creating content. Is one of the big benefits is, I don't know the statistic they give you, but how many times you need to visit a customer before you can make it a sale, right? There's numbers people have run on that, whether it's 4, 6, 8, or whatever the number is. What I can tell you is when you've created content, you're skipping the first couple of those steps, which when I talk to our sales reps here, that's what I tell them. Like, I want your cold calls to be easier, right? If you walk in to do a cold call and they've already seen our videos, they've seen Wensco, and you walk in and say, hey, I'm so-and-so from Wensco, and they'll be like, oh yeah, I think I've seen you somewhere, right? That's a way easier intro than if they've never seen us before. And that's kind of the goal, right? If you walk into a cold call and they already know who Wensco is, right, they're way less likely to turn you away at the door. And this can be true for just like your local area, right? Like if you own a sign shop and you put out videos, the algorithms are really good now at getting videos out that are local to you, right? Like if you guys have TikTok and you're using it, you've probably seen videos of restaurants and realtors and people that are in your area, because the algorithm knows where you live now and will serve the videos to people that are close to you. So sometimes someone will walk in and be like, yeah, I just happened to see your video, right? And I know people that are posting a decent amount of content on LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram or whatever. And they would tell you, yeah, we get a lot of people that come in and be like, yeah, I saw your video and we like it. Sorry to interrupt you guys, but I just want to take a minute to talk about Nakusa, the name behind our tape. Our tape's the #1 application tape out there, but they are more than just tape now. Nakusa has a full range of products out there. Their new one is called NextBond. This is a UV cured adhesive. Why does that matter? It's an eco-friendly and durable option, but comparable to most of the eco-friendly options, this is a cost-effective product. So if you're looking for an eco-friendly product or a durable product or just in general a good vinyl, NextBond is going to be the one for you. This is available at Wensco.com as well as all of their other products. So check it out at Wensco or reach out if you have any questions. Oh, and don't forget to use your Nakusa bucks. Have you heard about Metamark? Metamark is a company that sells premium graphic solutions for commercial and fleet signage. So whether that's walls or it's vehicles or it's tables or doors, we loved it so much we put it all over the podcast studio. So you can check it out on our videos or at Wensco.com. The other thing that it will do is build a lot of social proof, right? If I'm going to go and look at, I need these big sign made for my business, right? I'm not going to go to somebody, if I look somebody up on Google, and I'm like, hey, signs maker near me or whatever. I'm not going to go to somebody that, doesn't have a Facebook, doesn't have a website. Like, I'm probably not going to just call somebody out of the blue. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look and see like, hey, what have they done? Have they done something similar to what I'm trying to do? And what kind of work are they putting out? And what are they like, So they'll go through your Facebook, they'll go through your website, they'll look you up anywhere that they can to see if you've done the type of work they're looking for, or if there's people that are saying good or bad things about you on the internet. So if you don't have any way for people to look you up, feels like way less likely to get business just out of nowhere, right? A lot of people will say, oh, we get a lot of businesses referrals, right? So we do science for people and then they'll tell other people about it and more people will come in. Social media is just basically like a referral system. That's what you're doing. When you put out the pictures and videos, you're saying like, hey, here's the work I've done. If you like it, you can come in and get the same type of work done. And if you're not posting your work online, they have no way to know what you have done or haven't done or what you do well. And I just think if you're not posting, especially when you're in this business where you're doing a lot of different projects, right? So you have the whole thing of making it, putting it up, and when it's all done and lit or in front of the business or whatever, right? There's a lot of steps in that process that all you need to do a lot of the times is just take pictures, right? Take a picture in the middle, take a picture when it's being installed, take a picture at the end. That 3-picture slideshow is going to do pretty well for the most part, right? And you're not going to get like hundreds of likes, right? It's not like you're going to post it and be like, oh, wow, there's a million people that saw my post. Not going to happen, right? We do this podcast and I always joke that, yeah, there's like at least 12 people that listen on a regular basis and everyone just laughs. And I'd be like, the audience is not huge, right? If you're going to look at this and be like, oh yeah, we're not going to get like a Nike sponsorship or a Red Bull sponsorship. I mean, I would love to. Red Bull, if you're listening, reach out. I would need one bad, but we're not going to get that, right? Our reach is not that big, but for our industry, the reach is pretty wide. When we do shows, we see people that listen to the podcast. People come up to us and talk to us. Nobody asked for pictures or autographs yet. I'm sure we'll get there at some point, but right now, literally, it's just people see us and they know us. And when we go into a new area, people know who we are for the most part. Like, we don't have to go and do like, oh, we're this whole intro, who we are. They'll usually have a pretty good idea, at least for the most part, who we are, because we've been posting videos in the podcast and social media. And if you're not doing that, it just makes it a little harder at the beginning. So the last thing I want to say, the last two things I want to say, I guess, for one is it's really hard to start making videos, right? Like when we did the first 12 days of Christmas, I don't know if Rick can remember back, but the first video was very difficult to set up. And we probably did it. I mean, I don't know how many takes we did, but we probably did 20 takes of the intro of me saying, Domingo, what are you up to? Or what are you doing? I don't remember exactly how it started, but that first section, we probably took us forever to do it. And then once you kind of get in the habit of it, right? When we do 12 days of Christmas, the first 2 or 3 or 4 videos will be a little harder to do. And then by the time we're on video, like 9, 10, 11, 12, it's usually a breeze, right? You get comfortable in front of the camera, you get comfortable saying the things you need to say, and you just get more comfortable doing the video and posting the video. And so when you start making content, it's like, oh, this is brutal. And if you're saying like, someone online will be like, oh, you need to post every day. And you start, and you're like, how in the world am I going to post every day? But the more you do it, the easier it gets to do it. When we just did, if you follow us and saw that we did 2 Minute Tuesday, we started 2 weeks ago. I'm trying to do the math backwards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. So you'll see one. You'll see the second one tomorrow. That's why we're joking about it here. You'll see the second one tomorrow. It hasn't actually happened yet, but when you listen to this, it will have been last week. So we started those because what I always tell myself is we need to post more videos. We need to be more active on social media. But if you don't create like a rhythm to it, it's a lot harder to do it. So we go ahead and say, hey, we're going to do 2-Minute Tuesday. The reason for that, one, it gives us an excuse to post another video. Two, it gives us a schedule. So we have the podcast that comes out now on Mondays, and then we have 2-Minute Tuesday that's going to come out every Tuesday. So if you set up something like that where you say, hey, I'm going to post every blank, whatever that may be, right? You could say every day, Monday through Friday, right? I did it on LinkedIn for like a month. It's very difficult to keep up with. But say you're like, hey, we're going to post every Tuesday, Thursday. We're going to post every Monday, Friday. It gives you something to put on a schedule, and you're more likely to do it because it's on the schedule, if that makes sense. The other thing that you do with it is actual schedule time to do it, right? If I just put like, hey, post video on Tuesday on my schedule for next week, Tuesday. When next week, Tuesday shows up, I'm not going to have the video done. That's not how it works. So we schedule time ahead of time, put it on the calendar, and then you're more likely to go ahead and get it done. So that's just my recommendations. If you make more content, it's easier to make content. It's more comfortable to make content. And honestly, it just becomes fun at some point to just be like, oh yeah, we're going to make videos today. It should be pretty easy. So the other benefit besides that is it's gotten really easy to make videos, right? Like we use DJI mics. They work great, right? As little wireless lab mics. But honestly, just a video on your phone, no mic, is going to work great. Right now, organic, just real content is outperforming a lot of like the doctored advertisement style content that's out there. So if you're just making videos and it's just like real quick, it's like, hey, here's the sign we made today, and here's how it works, and here's what we did, and here's what it looks like when it's done, right? Like that style, even that simple. And you don't have to look real excited, right? I mean, there's a lot of things that will make videos better, but for the most part, if you're just making just generic organic content that says like, hey, here's what we do, here's what we did, here's how we work, here's people that work here, like all that type of stuff, it may seem weird up front, but over the long term, it's going to just make people more comfortable with your business, especially when they haven't seen it before. So I think Rick's drawing me a diagram or something over there. So, yeah, that's just my,
notes on our shooting style.
So this is Rick's notes that we use when we make videos. So he says, get creative. Preparation is good, but leave room to improve. Also, don't be rigid, be flexible with your
for improv.
Leave room for improvement and for improv. Be flexible with your shoot and location. So I can say from our experience with that. So what will typically happen? So like with 2-Minute Tuesday, what happens is I'll come up with the idea for the video, and then I'll write notes, right? So like with the Epson S9170 video we did, and I just wrote general notes, right? Here's what the printer does. Here's its price. Here's some pros. Here's some cons. Here's what's different than the previous model. And that's it, right? Just a general note section, right? I'm not scripting the video. If you wanted to script the video, you could. I think it will come out worse. But to start, if you needed to do that to feel more comfortable, you totally could. And the benefit is you could just type it into ChatGPT and it would give you a script that's pretty decent for the most part. And you could also say, hey, I would like this in my own words. It'll ask you some questions and it will spit it out. Mostly how you talk. It's kind of scary how well it works right now, but it will definitely come off more rigid if you read off a script versus kind of improving as you go, which is typically how we do it, which is great. When Rick asked me, hey, we do a take, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's pretty good. And then Rick's like, yeah, do it again. I'd be like, I don't even remember what I said. I'm just going to make it up again and hope it's close. Right. But if you leave a little room for improv, not for improvement, I mean, also for improvement, but for improv, the videos are going to come out a lot more smooth, a lot more natural, and feel a lot less scripted and more real for the people that are listening to them. So those are just some of our tips for posting content. I highly recommend that you post your content. Try and post it regularly, get on a schedule, and try your best to post as much as you can. So we'll be posting more because we've been trying. We do the podcast on Monday, 2-Minute Tuesdays on Tuesday, and we're trying to use stories more. You'll see it more for events and that kind of stuff. But historically speaking, we always tell ourselves to post more and more and more and more, and then we have to find a schedule that works. So
location, don't be limited by your location. Make your location work for you.
I don't know what you mean by that. Rick's saying, he said, don't be limited by your location, make your location work for you.
So think of our locations where we've shot. They look pretty boring, but we make them work.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, so.
And you can find cool stuff like the busted up truck.
Yeah. So what he's saying, make your location work for you. We'll cut out all that part where I just listened to Rick talk. But guys, before we leave today, I just wanted to ask you one quick question, and that is, what is a pirate's favorite application tape? R tape. R tape is the #1 application tape in the United States, and it comes with an RLA, which is a release liner adhesion, meaning it's going to stick to the liner. Even on cut graphics, if you roll it, it's not going to tunnel, wrinkle, or curl, or anything like that. So if you're looking for the best application tape for cut graphics out there, R tape RLA is for you, and you can get it at Wensco.com. But yeah, we usually get pretty creative. Like the shots that we take sometimes are pretty, the backgrounds are pretty scripted. And by that, I mean, sometimes we'll shoot in the demo room, and the demo room will be an absolute disaster. And I mean that like right now, right? I have 2 skids in there, and they're assembling a machine, which means there's just boxes and stuff all over the place. We could shoot a video in there today, and you'd think, wow, that looks really good. And it would just be us just rearranging some stuff, right? Putting stuff in the background that kind of goes with the video, or moving some stuff out of the way and putting it in a spot where it's like, oh, this looks like a set. And you'll be like, yeah, it was just a corner of a room that we used, right? Or Rick was giving the example of 12 Days of Christmas. We made the video of Domingo sliding down on a plasticade down the hill and then running into a truck, and the front end of the truck was smashed. That truck has just been sitting in the parking lot for not anymore, but it was sitting in the parking lot for months. And so when we're like, oh, we should do this video, we're like, oh yeah, remember that truck that's sitting in the back of our parking lot that's just smashed? Let's just use that for the set. And just those little things, right? Like if you're out installing a sign, great spot for a set probably, versus if you're just like in your conference room and you're like, yeah, here's a sign that we're going to make. That's all, right? Just getting a little creative there. It'll make the videos a little better. So hopefully you guys found this helpful. Hopefully some of you will post some more videos. We would love to see them at Wensco. Yes, please tag us. There's 3 people that tag us on a regular basis. So it's a wrap, right?
Yeah.
It's a wrap out in Cleveland. Big shout out to you. You tag us all the time. That's the one that comes to mind off the top of my head, but there's we probably only have 5 or 6 customers that I know that are posting very, very, what?
Tim.
Yeah. Tim tags us in all of his content. They're posting just really good content, and we love to see it. We believe it's helpful for them, and we would love to see more of it, and we'd love to share it with people. So yeah, hopefully that was helpful to you guys. Thanks for listening. This is a little bit different than our normal content, a little uncomfortable for me, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you didn't, don't let me know. If you did enjoy it, let me know. And yeah, thanks. And we'll see you next week for the live stream. Come in 10 a.m. Eastern time, also known as American time. Ta-da. Rick puts on the screen, sparkle effects, bald eagle noises. I have no idea. Whatever he's going to do with it. But that's all. Thanks, guys. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.